you. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello.
I don't want blood on my hands. So that's what you want? To kill a bunch of innocents?
How it works for like everybody else when you guys hear. I think this is fine. Maybe.
She's a child. Yet she failed. That's what matters.
Alright, so where we left off with is we're trying to find Betty.
Another stranger come to vex me. What will you do? Hunt me? Grab my tail? Shout until my head hurts? Stupid or a liar? Neither is needed here. Go! Shout until my head hurts. Stupid or a liar? Neither is needed here. Go!
I feel like really scuffed a little bit.
I have something
Did
to
a
ask.
number on. I see you. Just give me a moment. A moment.
Vis medicatrix.
I see you. There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed? There. It's up to her now. Life or
Looks
death.
like
Now, what was it you needed? I do what I can. For most folks, that's enough. Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. I do what I can. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe. Come here. Let's have a look at you.
Not it. I just really everything else on volume. There's no way of putting this, but I have a tadpole in my head. More than tired. Something awful crawled in my eye. Yes, very tired. Yeah, we're
A
gonna go with that.
tadpole. A mind flayer tadpole.
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way. Head on in. This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after. I'll do the best I can. I'm no Master Halcyon, mind. He'd have your tadpole out like that. Still, we have options.
Okay.
You don't have to be here for this.
No, I'll stay. I'd rather know exactly what you're up to.
All right. Let's see what we can do. It might. But first things first. Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening?
Looking closer, you recognize the branch, and it's no druidic cure. She's holding Kalimvor's kiss, a briar from the Dale lands, and a deadly poison.
I want to help you, but I can't unless you work with me. So, has anything unusual happened to you? Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halcyon was desperate to find where all this was happening. A mind flayer ship? But Master Halcyon was sure.
Our microphone.
Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms. I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halcyon and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal. For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever seen from mind flayers. It's one of their worms for sure.
Her outfit is so
But this one
cool.
gives you powers.
I love the way
Telepathic connections.
druids look at
And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow. Could be. But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why. When Master Halcyon heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back. I've sent birds to find him, but the place is rotten with goblins. And if my birds can't get close, what chance do I have? You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halcyon and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound? Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you what happened out there. But those adventurers were the only witnesses. And they're long gone. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your oath.
One step at a time, Nettie. Come on.
Wyvern poison. Never tried it, and I hope to keep it that way.
Better a quick draft than ceramorphosis, nonetheless.
Better than becoming a mind flayer. Keep it, in case things start to go very wrong.
What's that?
A deep crease in the spine makes the booklet fall open to reveal one recipe in particular. Neat writing in the corner marks it as an antidote for all known institutions. This is it, the recipe that made me decide to publish my notes. The story might not interest you, but I shall record it for posterity. Posterity. Ugh. Feel free to skip to the actual recipe. I was sitting in the elf song, sipping my usual hot cocoa, the heat soothing my pain, my scaleless hands. A small child, human, stumbled through the
My
door.
Sylvanas,
Sick as a dog.
just want my bed.
All the other patrons seemed like they wanted help, but nobody could pay for an antidote for a strange child. They wanted to help. Meanwhile, the ingredients were just laying around in the kitchen. Every single one of those people could have saved that child, but only I knew how. It felt like a crime. Recipe for one antidote. Extracts needed. Salts of mugwort. Suspension of bullywug trumpet. Method. Slowly trinkle salts into suspension. Stir clockwise until the concoction consistency turns almost chewable. It might turn slightly green, but this is pure aesthetic and has no effect on the antidote itself. And remember, when in doubt with alchemy, just recall the rule of three. Thrice the same ingredient forms an exact medicine.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
I mean, a little bit.
First you urge grace, then you speak truth. You surprised me twice over. A shame the grace period ends. The Viper's fangs have been bared. She must guard her brood. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
Why do you want to do that, lady?
A disease of the flower must not reach the root. Pluck the petals, sever the branch if you must, but cut out the rot before it infects the whole of the wood. Teachings of the Tree Father. Do you agree?
Yeah, words you have twisted to justify your
Words I heed to the letter, to keep my brood safe. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike.
don't save, then I don't know what happens to them. I want him to escape if I can. But if I attack her, everybody else attacks me.
You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
Leave. You are not wanted here.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented. One meant to seal us in, meant to seal them out. Blasphemous. The Tree Father must see what's happening in his holy grove. Perhaps his eyes are on Master Halsin now. Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home. Sylvanus' blessing upon you, and my gratitude as well.
I feel like it's brown.
Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers. You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else.
You're testing my patience.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
Yeah. I mean, thank you for helping me.
It's our job to get us out of here safely, not yours.
It's my job too. The druids don't care about us. No one does. We have to look after ourselves. That's what Mole says.
That girl. I don't care what Mole says. That was stupid and reckless.
Again. Swing and swing and parry. Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this. You're on the right path, Umi. Go on now. Practice what you've learned.
Practice.
Well met. The Blade of Frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the blade of frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship.
I can get, absolutely.
Better friends than the ones hitching a ride in our skulls, at least. I'm sure you know the stories. Doomed to shed our skin and become illithid. They say there's no coming back. But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Will chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
Who's the Abacabadus Dibidabali?
Her name is Karlak, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill. I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses. Just so you know, my first duty is Karlak. I'm oath-bound to go after her. But I won't deny this infection is bothersome. I accept your invitation. You'll need to make room if you want to partner up, though. Still, when the time comes, call for the blade. I won't be long to answer. A splendid plan. We'll talk more there.
I do want to change who is in my party.
Shame the goblins didn't kill me too.
But
Don't say that.
I'm just sad. Bored.
sure.
Not exciting. I could use the target practice.
Please. I've been through enough.
Sorry.
These tieflings prove fragile. I've a mind to end their misery myself.
Calm yourself. They're survivors, not soldiers.
I fail to see the distinction.
If not over, then through.
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately.
At the ready.
What's next?
Blacket's will be done.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Now that we're all healed up, we're gonna go out. What? Yeah.
Never wanted the easy path.
Do you think your kin search for you, Lae'zel?
I know they do not. It is my responsibility to cleanse myself.
They pursued the Nautiloid. Perhaps they were trying to free you.
These tracks. Squat. Bow-legged. Goblins, I'd say.
Glowing eyes are rarely a good sign. Better be careful.
Alright. Oh my god. Hello? You're everything.
Not yet.
I have just the thing.
Take Kuro.
It was more fun when he was screaming.
Let's move.
Minthara's gonna skin us. No one knows about this damn weapon. Yeah, she'll kill us dead if we go back without it.
We'll get the druid talking. Grove's got to be full of magic.
That's why I've been stabbing all
Did
the
some bleeding hearts show up to save the druid? I'll cut you to pieces. Kill 'em!
Cool. Ow. Well, I am just like not ready for this. We have the high ground.
The beats have seen everything. I'll give it a shot. I want to have a word.
His breaths are shallow, his wounds deep. He doesn't respond to your voice.
There's no time to waste.
Ready and willing.
Assume nothing. No time to rest. Take Cura.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I thought I was gonna die down here. It's my fault. I thought I'd given them the slip, but they followed me through the tunnel back there. I must tell the others what happened. I stepped careful. There are traps in these tunnels. And thank you again.
No problem. There's Bear. That's Wolf.
That's curious. I don't like the look of that mushroom. I should stay clear.
Wait, touch the mushroom. Oh.
At the ready.
And again. Swing and swing and...
Ah, fuck. God damn it.
Well met. I am a magical projection of Gale of Waterdeep, and if you see this manifestation, that means I have prematurely perished. However, for reasons that cannot be disclosed, it is of vital importance that my death be remedied at your earliest convenience.
Got it, Gale.
You may rest assured that I do not speak out of self-preservation alone. Many lives depend on my return to the living within the span of 2 days. I trust I've made myself clear. I have upon my deceased person a magical item that can accomplish my return. But such is the value and rarity that it is protected by a multi-layered security protocol. I will now explain the protocol. Step 1 is to retrieve from my person a pouch I wear over my heart. Next, you must unthread the purple seam that seals it in a counterclockwise fashion. Do not touch any other colored strand. Inside the pouch, you will find a folded letter and a tiny flute. Unfold the letter and note the markings in the top and bottom corners. These are the notes you will need to play. Starting from the bottom right, play the notes in correct order, clockwise this time. Upon completion of the tune, a magma method will appear, which will pose the following question. Iskcha Chisnaga. This is Ignan for what is my name? The answer is Kasi Trak Ash. Pronounce the name correctly, and the method will breathe on the letter. Stay clear, because the little scamp can melt metal. Words will now appear on the letter's surface, effectively turning the letter into a scroll of true resurrection. Use it to bring me back to life.
Yeah, that was all ridiculously elaborate. Okay.
I think ingenious is the word you're looking for. Now, repeat my instructions back to me, please.
Fuck this. Got it. Seems, notes, names a lot.
In that case, this will be an easy exercise. Step 1.
Find one. Step, pouch.
And next?
Then it's the purple seam counterclockwise.
Right. You then have access to the letter and the flute. Go on.
And then, I should play the notes starting at the bottom right, top right, bottom,
Remember to play them clockwise. And after that?
The method appears and you should say this one.
Is it really so difficult? Kashi Trach Ash.
Okay, my bad.
Listen to your friend. It's Kasi Trach Ash. And pay attention to the Trach part. Yeah, back of the throat. And so we have gone through the necessary steps again. Let's hope practice makes perfect in the end. Best of luck with the protocol. May my cold, dead hands soon be refilled with the warmth of life so they can shake yours in gratitude.
Retrieve Gale's. God damn it. Press. Gale. Gale's pouch. Open.
The pouch is sealed with differently colored strands of
Oh,
thread.
we're gonna actually have to do it. Okay. Pull the purple thread in a counterclockwise. Open.
As the purple thread becomes undone, the pouch opens to reveal a letter and flute inside.
We're in a flute. Oh my god. Okay. I wasn't prepared for this. Corner is open. Got it already. Okay.
This is the flute Gale kept on his person. A faint magical aura envelops its wooden surface. The flute awaits with bated breath.
Huh? Oh my god. Okay. Wait. I forgot already.
Nagar. Dayaya Zoom.
Over Gale's letter.
Multhamesk. Dinu Frantha Manthra Gale. Death can't have me. Not yet.
Good dude?
My word, you did it! Oh, it's good to be alive.
That was a lot.
My hands are still cold, so that handshake will have to wait, but in the meantime... Thank you.
Fucking watch out for bombs, my guy. Jesus. My hands are still cold. You're welcome, and welcome back. I'd like to point out, if anything, your protocol is a bloody nuisance. It's time for explanations. No, we're gonna do it. Welcome back.
Oh.
But you have so much explaining to do.
It's a relief to be back on beautiful Faerun. The dreariness of the fugue plane oppresses one's soul so very quickly. That said, I assume you have some questions for me.
Duh.
Only fair to warn you I've precious few answers to spare. I apologize if that sounds thankless. It's just that some secrets simply cannot be revealed. I did say that, and I did mean it. And I do suppose that after all you've done for me, I should be at least a little bit forthcoming. Tell you what, I will answer one question that you may have, to the best of my ability, if I can. I am dangerous. Not because I want to be, but because of an error I made in the past. It makes me dangerous, even in death. You brought me back to life, and for that I am in your debt. But we're surrounded by danger. It could happen again. If it does, bring me back again. You must, for the sake of many.
cautious.
Bet I can crack that open.
Chance to ensnare a target if it's does legendary. Whereas rain dance looks close. Thread like vines sprinkle half quarters. Whereas rain dance water with location so they both have topple. I'm gonna take all of it, but quite the odd little guy. No amount of damage. Oh shit.
Which way to the nearest library?
This.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Oh, I have the magic touch.
Okay.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
Lozelle, how would you punish someone who wronged you?
Wrong me how?
Oh, say, murder or theft?
Killing is good. It culls the weak. But theft would be paid for painfully, 1,000 times over.
Something's wrong.
We're gonna save. We've done a couple of fights. Done a couple boss scale. Brought him back. We're gonna save.
You're going to be alright.
Okay.
So pale.
Stop it! You're scaring him. You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
Hell yeah.
He's hurt badly. An owlbear got him deep. If there's anything you can do...
I'm watching you.
The injured man locks eyes with you. A familiar squirming churns in your head. Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brenna, new recruits, yours to shepherd.
Protect them. She is a true soul. Mind her. She will... She...
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now. You're a true soul. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin.
I don't know any druids. We know that all too well, ma'am, but the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives, survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here.
These fugitives, if
We
I
don't know
told
what they
them
look
what I
like,
know,
but
they might attack
anyone
me.
who survived that crash is bound to be injured. That's enough to get us started. The Absolute wants them found. At any cost. What? And just leave Ed? I suppose he'd want us to go on. Find a way to honor his sacrifice.
May the Absolute guide us.
Sure, Becca.
They spoke of the Absolute. Same as that goblin, Saza. Curious.
Strange power resonates within the corpse. It calls to you. Your limbs move of their own accord. There's something of value here, something your mind craves. Why let its host's memories go to waste? The tadpole has absorbed it all. Its experience could nourish you, strengthen you.
Abandon their hosts as soon as they need to. Vile parasites.
All the more reason to rid ourselves of our own uninvited guests.
More for me.
Tell me, Lae'zel, when you say we might be purified at your creche, what does that mean exactly?
Augusta will affix the Zaithisk, the purifier, to our heads. Its magic will quell the parasite in an instant.
mentioned intrigues me. Care to tell me a bit more?
An intricate device crafted by Malar, our most gifted artisans. I am sworn to say no more.
Goblins ahead. Looks like they're laying an ambush.
Tell me, Lae'zel, what is it like on the astral plane? Your home realm intrigues me.
Githyanki lay their eggs on other planes. They cannot mature in the astral. I will only be welcomed
That
once
might
I
be worth a
obtain
look.
his head.
Keep moving, stranger. Quietly. I told you to go.
Okay, here goes nothing. Oh, hell yeah.
There's death in your scent, but not in your words. Still, you should go. My friend is injured. He needs rest.
Sorry, but he's gone.
Of course he will. And then we'll return home. He calls me Scratch. You can do the same. We were attacked with cackling, furry things on two legs. And their smell, it was strange, rotten, evil.
You know the creatures he describes. Gnolls.
Oh.
No, I won't leave him. If it comes to that, I may. Thank you.
absence of it. In the astral plane, everything is eternal.
It will be my home soon enough, should Vlaakith will it.
I should speak up.
One horn. This is the devil Will has been tasked to kill.
Are you all right?
Me? Never been better.
Cool.
Oh, fuck me. It's you, from the Nautiloid. Please tell me I found you before those so-called Paladins of Tyr did. Good. Great. Glad I don't have to kill you.
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
The tadpole on our head, it connects us. Maybe you ought to shed some light on what I just saw. You're double then. Soldier of Blood War. What were you saying before we were interrupted? It's a tadpole in our head, it connects us.
Fuck's sake. Mountains as far as the eye can see. Guess that explains the voices. From that peek I got into your head, you've made some inroads trying to get the thing sorted. But alas, no joy. I'm Karlak. And you are?
I'm Eden.
Well met, soldier.
Hi.
Now that we're old pals, how would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards?
I would love it.
A little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good at killing demons. Really good. So good, Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me her personal attack dog.
Oh, hell yeah.
I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. Took me 10 years to properly escape, but now I'm free. Zariel sent goon after goon to hunt me down. But believe me when I tell you, I'm not going. The latest yappy little dogs she sicked on me are nearby. A group of dopes posing as paladins of Tyr. Want to help me take them down?
Down. You want me to help you get killed?
Don't worry. I'll lead the charge. But I could use your help. There's a lot of them, and only one of me. After that, we can team up. Take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good?
I like her. She looks like she could throw me over her shoulder and carry me to safety. Should the need arise.
Hell yeah. Sure.
Fuck yes. They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Hang on, though. Looks like you've got enough backup at your side. Not sure there's room for me.
Get him a camp, baby.
I'll catch up with you when it's time to camp for now. But don't get to any of the fun stuff without me. Got it?
One, get all my spell slots back, and then two, I can pop out some characters, because I am already a druid and I already do magic, so I don't need scale. And then I don't know if I want to like another character, because I can cast words. I suppose. Long rest with your party, you know, manage party membership, advance relationships with companions, store items, and eventually convert character to a control. But first,
An ally fresh from the hells themselves. Our company grows stranger by the minute, and all the better for it.
That protocol of yours, why make it so difficult?
The instructions were easy enough, weren't they? If slightly elaborate. Like I said, I'm dangerous even in death. I'm merely trying to protect those around me. I find that a healthy amount of theatrics, a voice from the beyond, a magic flute, a friendly, if highly combustible magma method, tends to make for a more compelling case. If nothing else, I'm sure I piqued your curiosity.
Yeah.
Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone. Your enterprising approach to my problem is most encouraging. But it is a delicate process to keep my condition stable. I do not yet need to consume an item, but keep it close by. It will not be too much longer.
We're gonna keep you like...
I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I'll be here in the meantime, idling away the hours.
Alright, Wild, don't be mad at me that I brought her.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling. My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after. I left him with his uncles. 5 years on, and he's flourishing. If only every child was so lucky. I mourn the ones I could never save, whose cries I never heard. In the boy's tears, I finally saw the suffering wrought by the villains of the wild. The Frontiers demanded a blade, and so I heeded. And it's nice to meet someone of your talents. Having a Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it, and she was planning to return. One of the archdevils Zariel's own, chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach, even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking, the damage she might be doing.
So...
A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more. All right. What else is on your mind? A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days. By all means.
I knew we were a strange band, but a fugitive from the hells? Now that's someone worth knowing. Not that I want to get on the wrong side of any devils, but this Karlach is a survivor. Plus, I appreciate anyone who opens a conversation with threats of bodily harm. Darling, I thought you'd never ask.
I love him so much.
Lead on. Need something? Oh, what's to tell? I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
Karlach's got the brawn of a warrior and the wiles of a survivor. Best of all, she speaks her mind plainly and fully. Show her due respect. Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Sathisk purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir Library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding. Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant, order turns to chaos, and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities. I expect I am your first. Of course you haven't. They would have cut you from navel to neck. You are no less alien to me than I am to you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake. Decadent, then. Lacking in economy. Like so much of this world and its undisciplined people. I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question less. Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a mind flayer is born. Because I do not intend to let this happen. Not to me, and if you stick with me, not to you. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me. Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass. Chook, you believe you can survive without me? As you say, do not keep me waiting.
Soldier?
So how did you end up hiding in the blood?
Trust me, I'll tell you all about it after we take care of the goons on my tail.
You're expert at being listed to kill a devil. Why would I want to do this?
Yeah, let's go straight there. Whatever those fucks are getting up to, it's nothing good. Just to say, by the way, they're not really paladins. Lackeys of the Archdevil playing dress-up as paladins of Tyr. No honor among devils. Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I love verses.
Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you? I can picture you getting mixed up in some outrageous shit. Giants, beholders, Thayans, the works.
I love her.
Maybe once we've wrapped up the current shenanigans, we'll rest a bit and find some new heap of troubles to throw ourselves at. What's the story? Fuck yes.
We may have to increase our camp provisions now that we have Karlak along for the journey. Those muscles don't run on fresh air, I'll wager. Still, she'll be useful in a fight.
You like her. You like her?
Fine. What's on your mind? I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course. Home. Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible.
Lover. Personal, I won't private.
Thank you. And you're right. It's a delicate matter. Not something for light conversation.
How am I holding up?
I don't think I've ever had a confidant quite like you. And if I have, I can't remember them.
I think she's really pretty. It's the story of the odd little artifact.
There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it. Must we? No harm in a little mystery, don't you think? Easier's often less interesting. Besides, we've plenty of reason to rely on each other already. You can't confide in just anyone about a monster in your head. Sweet of you, but don't worry. I'm sure you'll get to know me just fine by traveling together. No need for interrogations just yet.
That's what you prefer, I can respect that.
Thank you. I'm sure we'll get along perfectly well.
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services. There are many answers to that question. None are important.
Skeletons aren't supposed to be the cause. They get out of it.
Correct.
Alright. Want to explain anything further?
No.
Alright. You were sorting something.
Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking.
Are there other ways you can help us? Do you think I can trust the cultists? Will these hirelings?
Most willingly, forsooth. Their passions doth run deep for what hath been wrought upon them. Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more.
Crazy.
Because it is my calling, there is little else to explain. A matter of coin. Very well.
It's not outrageous. Would you? level of acid that damages each hits. Bone chill. Prevent a target from healing until the next turn. An undead target receives advantage on combos. Spray, spray of frost, shock of grass, blade ward. Half damage until it changes slashing attack. Friends against fight. Light, trigger illusion, and true strike. So we'll do this, and then we will do this. Spells. On the person, color spray, disguise self. Cautious, hideous laughter. Keep the creature pumped after the attack. It up. This, and expanded. Learn spells. While raging, you can use unflinching ferocity and have resistance to all damage. Strike. Those plus attack disadvantage the attacks against you. While raging, use primal stampede and emergency use 5 and blood twice. And regenerate. The fourth part while raging and despite how your abilities have a negative effect. I thought between bear and part. I know that this will change whenever I level up, but to do that.
No one back home will ever believe this.
No fight.
One horn, the stink of Avernus, Advocatus Diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good.
Please don't kill each other.
That'll teach me to underestimate you.
Karlach, the Archdevil Zariel's gladiator, come to burn the Sword Coast to ash.
Well, not counting the fuckers that need a good hurting.
Shut it, devil. I know your kind. A heart darker than a shadow's nightmares. You'd cut a child's throat just to taste the blood.
A devil? I didn't take the blade for a fool. I'm...
A great fire roars through you. The fire of the first hell. You are Karlach, tearing through demons across a blood-red landscape of fire and volcanic cinder. The front lines of the Blood War. With every swing of her axe, Karlach fulfills Mistress Zariel's purpose.
Proof, clear as summer sky. It's over, Karlach. It's time you feel the sting of the blade.
I've tried to tell you. I'm not what you think I am.
Another vision. Karlach's blade rays slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Will shudders with Karlach's desperation. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
By Balduran's helm, No, I will not be tricked.
You saw the truth. I may be an effective soldier, but I never wanted to serve Zariel. Legged it away from her the first chance I got.
And yet you served.
Stand down. Saw what I saw. Carlac is dead. To be practical, she's infected. Seems as allies, not enemies. I should have never trusted like her. Good. Want to fight? What a beat.
Will catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
No! Devils cannot be trusted!
Cause you're stubborn. Carlac is not a devil. Fuck Carlac's thoughts. No threat. Right. Put her down before she doubtful. So I don't trust Will. Wanted to fight. Got it. There's no threat.
You know monsters better than anyone. Can't you look in my eyes and see I'm not a devil?
You don't know what this means. You don't know what you're asking me to do.
I'm asking you to live, Will. I don't want to hurt you. And to be frank, I'd rather not find out how the Blade got his name. I swear to you, on all I am not what you think.
Shit! Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce. I see the good in you, Karlak. I promise not to lose sight of it. Even when the hells burn hottest.
Okay. Let's go talk to everybody again.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly.
All too poor. I'll set you on Carlac's trail. I'd like to know who your source is.
I can say only this. Karlak's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance. You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
I need a quick word.
Glad Will saw sense. Even more glad he decided to stick around. Takes a pretty slick mover to track down old Karlak.
She's so pretty. Does it? You're pretty loud. Glad you played his...
Same. Now, instead of a liability, I've got a friend. Or I will have soon, anyway.
She's such a marshmallow.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Hi, buddy. Sorry, what happened?
Master. Friend. I stayed with him until I knew he was gone. I'll never forget him. But I'm glad to have met you.
Everybody approves of this. I approve of this. Precious. She's so cute. We're gonna do it again.
With haste.
Okay, so cut it off here because but I will say this will be a lot of fun. I think we have a pretty good party. I like Shadowheart as hello. Okay. Just realized that everything